All right, howdy everyone. I'm Jimmy. This is Give It a Jimmy. This February was a pretty nice month. Got to be a little more active than usual. Got a lot more climbing in. Got a backpacking trip snuck in there, and then also ran off to down to Houston and did some Ninja Warrior stuff with some friends. So that was pretty good. Highly recommend just trying out these things. Even if you're not good at it, it's fantastic. Get out there, get moving, and you'll surprise yourself with what you are capable of doing, and you will be unsurprised at what you are not capable of doing in some of the cases. But it's still fun to try. You just got to get on the wall and do it, or on the bar, or on the rock, outdoors, whatever it is you're doing. Try things. It's worth it. So yeah, let's go ahead and roll right into it. The first thing we're going to look at is going to be climbing with the boulder of the week. This is a boulder that's set at the gym that changes week to week. Every Monday, something brand new goes up, and it's really fun to try. Sometimes it's really hard, sometimes it's not as hard, but it's still, I don't think it's ever something that's super ridiculously easy. So it's really great to get some new movement in there and try something out. The first one that we had, let's see. All right, yeah, the first one we had was this really long reach balancy problem. I'm going to be honest, I don't climb these the way that the route setters want you to climb it, because they want you to be a little more dynamic, and this is more of like a comp style set. I think you're supposed to hop out and then land on that little foothold that I'm balancing on, and then match for the low zone. Or not match, you don't have to match for low zone. Fun fact, I don't know much about comps, but I'm learning. And then you're supposed to get low zone right there, but I'm not here for points. I'm just here to try and do the dang thing. Oh, and then reaching out with my toe. Oh, did not get this one, but it was a very, very fun route. 10 out of 10, would try again. 10 out of 10, would fall off again. Week 2 was a little bit better. This was more of something I'm able to do. They put some nice jugs on there. If you don't know what jugs are in climbing, it's really big holds that are good. I think I missed it on this first shot. Yeah, I sure did. And I don't know why, but starting with my right foot crossed through there felt a lot better than starting with the feet split out to their respective sides. It felt better to go left foot over here, right foot over here, and then swing up into it. And then, yeah, just staticking through. This was another one where they wanted you to be a little more dynamic throughout the entire movement. But I'm 6'1", I can reach. I don't have time for that. My shoulder can't take that. Woo! All right. Now the next one, what was the next one? Is this the cubes? I think this is the cubes. Yeah, it's the cubes. This one was a very interesting climb. I don't think I ever did it the intended way. I skipped 2/3 the route. Remember, y'all, if you skip holds, you're skipping what you're paying for at the climbing gym. Use all the holds. Psych, just get up the route. But yeah, this one was fun. The cubes are some of my favorite volumes. Volume is just a massive piece of plywood geometric shape that gets screwed onto the wall, for those of y'all that aren't familiar with climbing. And if it's near a route, you can use it unless otherwise specified by that gym. Here's another really fun route. I liked this one. I did not get this one. I got close though. Another fun one where they definitely want you to be a lot more dynamic with it. First few iterations were going really well. Would just cruise right on through here. Pop up. There's a little cheeky knee bar you can tuck away right there. And that locks you in quite nicely. Then you just fight your way up. So what I learned after this was taken down was that right here, I should stand up. I kept trying to reach out and find a way to stay low and not be super high up on the wall, which wasn't the right way. Got to get tall, stand up, and probably just dig a fingernail under that top volume or something. Yeah, so here we are on another day. I don't know if this is one of the ones where I actually ended up catching it. This may be... I mean, no, not catching the finish. I mean, like, there was a couple of iterations where I just completely whiffed off right there on that transfer. Yep, here we go, going up. Oh, this is when I was already so pumped out. Pumped out is whenever your forearms and your hands are just super, super, I don't know what the correct term is for it, but it's called pumped out. You'll hear like bodybuilders and weightlifters talking about getting a pump. It's the exact same thing with climbing. It's just way more common in your forearms than like your biceps and your triceps. Yeah, here we go. Here's where I'm going to whiff out and just slipping off the volume. And I could not for the life of me catch it from that point onwards, and then they took it down. This month's was pretty fun, though. This month's first one was good. Oh, this route took me so many tries. I think it's a V5. It's still up in the gym as of the time of making this video, but it was just kicking my ass. Yeah, here we go. So first few run-throughs, I just didn't know what to do, how to swing into it. This one, I was getting the idea. I was like, all right, I know they want a knee bar. I watched them set some of it, and then I walked off before they ran through too much of it. But I had a little bit of an unconventional start. They wanted you to start facing the other way and then just reach back and then turn and then go into it. But that extra movement of what's called campusing, or climbing with only your hands, your feet are just dangling off the wall. Another term for that is cutting feet, but cutting feet is more typical for a quick transfer to another position. So yeah, right there, that's campusing. And then swinging up into that knee bar. A knee bar is where you're just wedging your knee up against something between another hold. Oh, I forgot about that one. But as I progressed through it, I just got better and better at that fluid motion into that knee bar, then rocking up and then catching it. I think this is one where I got to the end, but I was just so tired and I slipped off right there. So to actually establish a finish, you have to be able to hold it in a controlled manner for about 2 seconds is a good rule of thumb. And I just didn't have it there. Let's see. Nope. So I think that's where I learned this next little move to, there's a little foothold that you can't really see right there next to that blue hold right around the corner. And using that was a game changer for me. And that's when I realized that. Yep, there I go, grabbing it and then reaching under there. And that gave me the momentum and the strength to just pop up there and get that. And that's all I needed to get the send. So here we go. This time I find a good position on that crimp, lock in, get my hand up there, hold it, and we sent it. Solid. Then just some other climbs for the month. There was this, let's see what's next. Oh yeah, slab. This is a green tag at this gym. So that could be anything from a V1, V2. I think it goes up to V3, but this is not a V3. This is slab. Slab is whatever grade. I don't know. Slab's hard to grade. But getting through this one took me so many attempts. I think I fell on this one like 7 or 8 times because I'm just terrible at taking things slow. I want to be able to jump and move fast and reach and just grab a really, really solid hold, which there was not any of that on this route. So just easing through it, pinching the bottom of that volume. Now this was a route that I really liked. It might be a little easy for the grade. I don't know. But it's a gray tag, so that's anywhere from like a V3, V4, V5 at this gym. And it's probably close to the bottom end of that. It is crimps though, and there is a little bit of an awkward sequence at the beginning. But they're all such good holds that it was just a nice route. I think I climb this just about every time I go in, just because it's so cozy. It's really great for warming up the fingers, and it's just a great little flowy route. Boop, there we are, right at the end. It's one of the coziest routes. Makes you feel like a climber. This was one that was only up for a little bit because it was a fill-in for some promotional routes at the gym. And it was only up for maybe a week. And it just absolutely wrecked me when they took it down because I wanted to get this route so bad. You've got some pretty bad holds out here, but one thing you can't see is that the wall angle makes them even worse by tipping them downwards, like it's trying to pour them out. And this is where I could not get past it. I would pop up there, and then it's just such a bad hold, and I couldn't get my body positioned right. And as you can see, it's gone already. This was another route that I really, really like. It's still up, and I'm probably going to send it soon. Excuse me. Talking to the route setters about this one, they said, don't think about it, don't finesse it, just meathead it. And this is why. You lose your feet. You just got to lock off your elbows, keep them tight 90 degrees, and just campus through it, essentially. Those feet are useless. But I touched the mats right there, and I did not feel like I would not be satisfied with that send. I put too much weight on the mats. Here we are rolling into the Ninja Warrior gym, so it's fun just like jumping around, tumbling. A lot of Ninja Warrior facilities are combo gymnastics and tumbling and dance and all that stuff. But when you go to a Ninja Warrior gym, there's people that are so happy to see another human being there, and they want you to learn how to do something else. So I walked in, I saw some of them doing this like side flip thing. I don't know what it's called. They told me. I forgot. I'm sorry. I apologize. And so this guy was helping me out with it, trying to teach me how to do it. And then I went over to a foam pit and tried it out. Almost drove my face into the corner of the pit. So quickly switched over to something else. Here we are actually on like the practice courses that they have. I think I did pretty all right. This little route, the goal was to be able to make it without using that ring that's hanging down, but I could not build up enough momentum and like keep it and pop off into the next one. So you're supposed to go from here, catch, rotate, and then jump off to the flying saucer. So you're not supposed to use the ring, you're supposed to jump between those two. And my elbows were so sore by the end of this. Yeah, right there. But I kept killing the momentum. Supposed to grab, pop up, and keep it going. But oh man, I kept trying. I don't know why. I was so gassed by this point. And then to end it all off, there was what was it? Oh no, I forgot about this. So this was actually a really fun one. So you jump over to this little ledge. It's a little more reminiscent of rock climbing. Just kill your momentum. And one of the guys taught me this trick. When you're about to jump, you smush your hands together, and then that consolidates your momentum into that one point, and then it's easier to pop out and do a jump from that. This one was the brainchild of some masochist. I don't remember who. But you have to reel in this little carabiner and then clip it onto a small ring and then lâcher over to catch it. I couldn't. I was so tired by this point. I was cooked from climbing. I was cooked from this. Just cooked. Well done. Burnt. Fried. My left hand was giving out already, and I had nothing left. Gave it my all. But that's pretty good. To wrap the month up, me and my wife went camping out to Lost Maples, which is a really nice little place out in the hill country here in Texas that naturally, with our jobs, we didn't get out until Friday evening. Had a nice several-hour drive out there, so we got there like 11 o'clock at night, 11:45, something like that, and didn't even get on the trail until... Oh, this is the frogs. There's some really cool frog noises. I'll shut up so you can hear them. To be honest, they were kind of creepy. But some nice night hiking. Honestly, if you've never been night hiking, I highly recommend it if you're able to. You run into some really cool wildlife. Maybe don't do it if you live somewhere where you don't want to run into that really cool wildlife. But out here, the worst we're going to run into might be a mountain lion, a raccoon, or this little owl right here. Look at that little guy. Alright, so sometime around like 1:30 a.m., we found a nice spot, set up camp, tried not to wake up any other campers nearby, pitched our tent, and got to bed. This was probably the best night's rest because after a couple hours in the car, some hours on the trail, not even some hours, I think we only hiked like a mile and a half, so it wasn't too bad. But using our little setup was really nice. Trying to be quiet so we're not waking up all the campers that are within. I think the nearest person was like 200 yards away. I don't know. Ooh. Yeah, brew myself some coffee and then get rolling for the morning. Ooh. Got to get some nice trail footage in there. Just so y'all can see what we're working through. The trails here are really nice if you're training for somewhere a little more high adventure, like getting out to Colorado, New Mexico. Yeah. Or Utah, Washington. If you're a little Texas person, fantastic place to just get used to rocky trails, getting used to stepping up and down. Not going to get you used to any sort of altitude though. We're still effectively at sea level. Here is where I was messing around with the camera. I just got this thing and wanted to mess around with it, so I just shoved it in the water. Thought it was pretty cool. Just getting some B-roll. The water flow by. Now, if you go here during the spring, I think it smells like grapes. There's something that is blooming here that smells like grape jelly. I don't know what it is, but you'll get the strongest whiff of it when you're at the top of the bluffs. And it's, not the bluffs, the hills, whatever you want to call these things. And it's the wildest thing. You'll be walking, ooh, grape jelly. It's so nice. But trying to get out here during the fall is always a bit of a pain. You will have to book out a camping site or a day reservation or a day, whatever it's called, day slot, at least a month in advance. Minimum. If you're backpacking out there, 2 months in advance in the fall, because that's when the maples are changing color and they just really stand out amongst all the other trees. Oh, there was so that tool was called the Flex Tail. It's a nice little air pump for mattresses and pillows and such. 10 out of 10, recommend. Not sponsored. Pro tip for freeze-dried lasagna: bring some cheese sticks, add them in. Adds protein, adds flavor, and adds cheese. Most important of all. Now, we did have a little bit of an issue when we were doing this. It wasn't windy but breezy, but I melted the little piezoelectric lighter that is on my stove. RIP. And then here's a good little teardown bit. Yep, had to use that little trail of smoke was me using a match to light the stove, since piezoelectric lighter didn't work anymore. Yeah, all those times you see me kneeling by the tent, that's me begging my wife to wake up. Be like, please, please. I'm not begging, trying to just coax her out of her sleeping bag so we can start getting packed up on the trail and get back home. So yeah, 2 nights out in the hill country, fun time, highly, highly recommend. Nice, easy way to train and get ready for either another higher adventure or use that as your high adventure. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.